Hello, and welcome to the SVAs, the Script Visionary Awards. This award show is meant to be the better, more open-minded version of what you might see with the Oscars, the Golden Globes, or any other award show. Our award types will have some similarities, but many differences. We consider a wider range of movies from numerous movie studios. Ultimately, we aim to give the awards out to the movies and individuals who are most deserving of the awards, regardless of political or social message. Either a film or individual is great at what they set out to accomplish, or they're not. In total, we will be giving out 20 Script Visionary Awards, which you can see on screen now. So, with no further ado, let's jump into it.
In consideration for Best Horror or Thriller Film of 2024, A Quiet Place, Day 1, Nosferatu, Smile 2, Strange Darling, The Substance. And the winner of Best Horror or Thriller Film of 2024 is The Substance. Horror and thriller films are one of my favorites, and it feels great to be able to give them the recognition they deserve, and The Substance was a masterclass at giving the thrill factor. The film grabs the viewer's attention from the first second, and it never lets go. In consideration for Best Comedy Film of 2024, Beetlejuice, Deadpool and Wolverine, The Fall Guy, Hitman, Hundreds of Beavers. And the winner of Best Comedy Film of 2024 is Deadpool and Wolverine. There were a lot of great comedy films that came out in 2024, and Deadpool and Wolverine gave us star power like we haven't seen in a long time. Deadpool and Wolverine also became a groundbreaking film for Marvel, letting audiences know that Marvel still cares about the craft. In consideration for Best Action or Sci-Fi Film of 2024, A Quiet Place, Day 1, Dune Part 2, Gladiator 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Twisters. And the winner of Best Action or Sci-Fi Film of 2024 is Dune Part 2. After expectations were set high by Dune Part 1 in 2021, Dune Part 2 had a high bar to hit, and it absolutely hit it. These two films have already become instant classics and have audiences excited about a new sci-fi franchise. In consideration for Best Stunt Work of 2024, Deadpool and Wolverine, Dune Part 2, The Fall Guy, Furiosa, Gladiator 2. And the winner of Best Stunt Work of 2024 is The Fall Guy. In an attempt to give stuntmen and women the recognition they deserve, the creators of Fall Guy put a lot of time and effort into the numerous stunts they performed in the film and set multiple world records while doing so. The stunt work was top of the line and overachieved in every possible way. In consideration for Best Breakout Performance of 2024, Christiana Del Anna in Cabrini, Keith Kupferer in Ghostlight, Lupita Nyong'o in The Wild Robot, Margaret Qualley in The Substance, Willa Fitzgerald in Strange Darling. And the winner for Best Breakout Performance of 2024 is Willa Fitzgerald. Willa is making a name for herself and gave us an incredibly believable performance in Strange Darling. She showed an incredible ability to go through all the emotions and made us believe every second of it. In consideration for Best Choreography of 2024, Deadpool and Wolverine, Dune Part 2, The Fall Guy, Roadhouse, Wicked. And the winner of Best Choreography of 2024 is Roadhouse. Roadhouse set a new standard for fight choreography that makes every hit look incredibly believable, and does this with multiple shots, often with a moving camera. The skill and timing for this type of fight choreography has us wanting to see more of this style moving forward. In consideration for Best Adapted Screenplay of 2024, A Different Man, Conclave, Dune Part 2, One Life, Sing Sing. And the winner of Best Adapted Screenplay of 2024 is Sing Sing. This film, inspired by true events, not only is incredibly inspiring and fun to watch, but also introduces us to so many new talented actors, most of whom are playing themselves. It's unprecedented and beautifully artistic. In consideration for Best Original Screenplay of 2024, Ghostlight, Juror Number 2, September 5, Strange Darling, The Substance. And the winner of Best Original Screenplay of 2024 is September 5. There have already been numerous films and documentaries about the events at the 1972 Olympic Games in Germany, but this film gives us a very unique insight into how the events transpired from a new point of view, one that is arguably the most integral point of view that helped us piece together the events of that day. In consideration for Best Costumes and Makeup of 2024, A Different Man, Dune Part 2, Furiosa, The Substance, Wicked. And the winner of Best Costumes and Makeup of 2024 is The Substance. If you were to just watch the trailer for this film, you would have no idea of the incredible prosthetics and makeup that were used to make this film. It's grotesque, it's disgusting, and it's wonderful, all at the same time. In consideration for Best Production Design of 2024, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Furiosa, Nosferatu, Wicked. And the winner of Best Production Design of 2024 is Dune Part 2. One of the most difficult aspects of sci-fi films is world building, and Dune Part 2 makes you believe in these advanced yet desolate worlds and civilizations. The locations, sets, and virtual worlds all combine to make you wonder if there really are worlds out there just like this. In consideration for Best Visual Effects of 2024, Better Man, Deadpool and Wolverine, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Wicked. And the winner of Best Visual Effects of 2024 is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. With over 1,500 visual effects shots, most of which containing numerous digital characters, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is a flex on the entire visual effects community. The visual effects artists executed at the highest level to create an incredible viewing experience. In consideration for Best Cinematography of 2024, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Furiosa, Nosferatu, The Substance. And the winner of Best Cinematography of 2024 is Dune Part 2. Cinematography often gets overlooked when making sci-fi films, but Dune Part 2 draws its audience in with incredible cinematic visuals and creative views into this incredible world that they made for us. It's not just great within its genre, it's one of the greatest of all time. In consideration for Best Animated Film of 2024, Flow, Memoir of a Snail, Transformers 1, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, The Wild Robot. And the winner of Best Animated Film of 2024 is The Wild Robot. Not only was this a visual masterpiece, but it gave us all the feels. Whether you relate to the struggles of the main characters or not, it found a way to make us all feel something along the way. In consideration for Best Score of 2024, A Different Man, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Wicked, The Wild Robot. And the winner of Best Score of 2024 is Dune Part 2. Continuing with the incredible score from Dune Part 1, this film creates a culture within its incredible original score and makes viewers feel the intensity of each moment. Viewers feel like they are there with the characters, creating an incredible sense of immersion. In consideration for Best Supporting Actor of 2024, Clarence Macklin in Sing Sing, Denzel Washington in Gladiator 2, Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown, Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice, Stanley Tucci in Conclave. And the winner of Best Supporting Actor of 2024 is Jeremy Strong. Jeremy Strong has really made a name for himself in dramatic roles, and he continues to show how well he can play cutthroat, intelligent characters. He has become a master at enveloping a character and making you believe he is who he says he is. In consideration for Best Supporting Actress of 2024, Ariana Grande in Wicked, Felicity Jones in The Brutalist, Margaret Qualley in The Substance, Rebecca Ferguson in Dune Part 2, Sophie Thatcher in Heretic. And the winner of Best Supporting Actress of 2024 is Sophie Thatcher. Sophie has jumped into the big screen with a splash. Her ability to show emotion and create characters that we feel we haven't seen before proves that she is set to become the next big name in movies moving forward. In consideration for Best Actor of 2024, Adrian Brody in The Brutalist, Coleman Domingo in Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes in Conclave, Sebastian Stan in A Different Man, Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice. And the winner of Best Actor of 2024 is Adrian Brody. Adrian really showed off his skills as an actor in The Brutalist, showing off his repertoire in every possible way. His portrayal of Laszlo Toth was so convincing that viewers will likely believe he's just playing himself. In consideration for Best Actress of 2024, Cristiana Dell'Anna in Cabrini, Cynthia Erivo in Wicked, Demi Moore in The Substance, Naomi Scott in Smile 2, Willa Fitzgerald in Strange Darling. And the winner of Best Actress of 2024 is Cynthia Erivo. Cynthia's skills were on full display in her portrayal of Elphaba in Wicked, showing she can act, she can sing, she can dance, she can do anything. Viewers fell in love with her on-screen character and are anxiously waiting to see how she will continue her performance in the Wicked sequel. In consideration for Best Director of 2024, Chris Sanders for The Wild Robot, Coralie Farja for The Substance, Denis Villeneuve for Dune Part 2, Edward Berger for Conclave, Ridley Scott for Gladiator 2. And the winner of Best Director of 2024 is Denis Villeneuve. The bar was set high for Denis to see if he could possibly outdo himself after the critical and technical success of Dune Part 1, and Denis stepped up to the plate and hit a home run. What he set out to accomplish in Dune Part 2 was incredibly ambitious, and yet he executed at the highest possible level and gave us an incredibly polished film. And finally, in consideration for Film of the Year for 2024, A Different Man, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Ghostlight, Juror Number 2, September 5, Sing Sing, The Wild Robot. And the winner of Film of the Year for 2024 is Ghostlight. After careful, thoughtful consideration, Ghostlight stands out as the clear choice for Film of the Year. This exceptional film excels not only in its technical craftsmanship, but also in its ability to connect deeply with its audience. It achieves a rare balance between artistic vision and emotional resonance, delivering a compelling narrative that lingers long after the credits roll. The film's writing, direction, and performances work in unison to create an unforgettable experience that goes beyond mere spectacle, making it a standout among 2024's offerings. In choosing Ghostlight, we considered a variety of factors, including critical reviews, audience feedback, and the overall impact of each film. We looked at how each film executed its vision, the scope of its appeal, and the lasting emotional effect on viewers. Ghostlight not only checked all of these boxes, but it also stands out for its ability to resonate universally, making it a true standout in this year's film landscape.
Thank you for joining us in the first ever SVAs. I'm sure there are some movies or individuals that you wish would have been considered or even won a category that we did not choose. We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. And just to get ahead of some of the comments, I have put on screen the full list of movies that we watched in 2024 and considered for awards in this show. Now, my intention with the SVAs is not to simply be the Oscars, but with different choices, but to be a completely unique award show with rules that operate separately from what you might see with the Oscars, Golden Globes, or any other award show. For example, the Oscars don't allow an individual to be nominated twice in the same category for two separate performances. But as you saw with the Best Actor nominations, Sebastian Stan got 2 nominations for 2 separate films. We did this simply because we felt that those were 2 of the 5 best performances of 2024. So I hope you enjoyed the show, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe. I plan to put a lot more content on this channel in the coming weeks and months. For next year's SVAs, we plan to step it up a notch, so please let us know what you'd like to see in next year's SVAs. Thank you, and good night.